raped by Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. And she says that this happened 15 years ago, and she's all about the Me Too movement. And I definitely gave her a chance, and I read her story, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Where I come in is, and this is actually how the whole His Side 2 started. I had known Nick around that time, and I knew how he was with women. And not only did I know how he was with women, but there were so many things that stuck out about her story that didn't make sense. And she ended up going on the Dr. Oz show and told her story there. But it was told a little differently. And all of these Backstreet Boys fans kind of got together and was like, you know, this girl's kind of like lying. Like, this is terrible. And I agreed. And so I kind of popped my head in, and I, you know, wasn't into the Backstreet Boys. I mean, 20 years has gone by since I've been to a Backstreet Boys concert. I'm like 40 now, so I'm a mother, you know, things like that. I've gone on with my life. But the thing is, I decided to stick my little head in, and I ended up getting into the fans' good graces with telling them my story, and how my story about Nick Carter, there were things that she did say that I definitely know that she slept with him, definitely, but there were so many questions that just didn't make sense or just were unanswered. So anytime that anyone ever tweeted her, they would get blocked if they had a question. So if you were any sort of pro Nick Carter, you were blocked, discarded, and that was it. She ended up pissing a lot of people off and things like that. So this kind of enraged me because we kept finding out lie after lie after lie. And most Backstreet Boy fans were just like, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not going to deal with it. But then it came down to about 50, and then we dwindled it down to about 25, I would say. And we ended up in a private group. And this group consists of girls all around the world. And they all had one thing in common. And it's not that they were a Backstreet Boy fan. It's just that they all had something to add. Because they had followed Melissa Schuman because they were a fan of Dream back in the day. So they had saved all these different screenshots. They had saved videos that she had done. They saved everything. And then it's a different conglomeration of lawyer, police. There's a woman in there that's a psychologist. And, oh, this thing's really heavy. And we all kind of put our heads together, and we decided that we were, in fact, going to try and give her the benefit of the doubt. And we were going to, you know, try and get to the bottom of this, because inadvertently it affects all of the Backstreet Boys, not just Nick Carter and his family and people that work with him. But there was just so many inconsistencies that it just became overwhelming. And then, of course, this wasn't supposed to be about, well, let's be against Me Too. But it started with Melissa Schuman blaming Nick Carter for rape. I mean, this girl's story is pretty out there. So it took months to compile with about 20 good girls, women. I don't know. A lot of them really want to be named, and they want to be anonymous, and I don't blame them. So basically, I've just kind of been the face and the voice, but I get my information from them. Well, she's decided to take it steps forward by copying Nicole Eggert and filing a police report and things like that. If you go to her Twitter, it's me too, me too, me too. I'm such a victim, I'm such a victim. And she's got all these retweets of time's up, me too, all this just stuff. And it's been a little exhausting, but it gets frustrating at times it's pathetic at times, and to the point, I don't believe that the girls hate Melissa. I think it's like a grieving process where, you know, you go through a grieving process. Now it's more like we pity this girl. Now, one thing that we all have in common is we want to question Melissa. What do you want out of this? Now, we won't get an answer because she'll block you. But she'll block you. She won't block me. And her husband won't block me. They like me. I'm their favorite. So the husband will just call me a troll from here. Yeah, it's fine. And Melissa throws things out there. I think yesterday she said to me, "Oh, Marissa, I'm not afraid of you and I'm not afraid of Nick." And that had me thinking, what do you mean you're not afraid of me? Why would I be someone to fear? Do I instill fear into your heart? Have I threatened you? Or have I exposed the truth and you don't like it? I'm sorry that you don't like it. I'm sorry that you don't like the fact that your career didn't flourish. I'm sorry that your life didn't go as planned as what you fantasized about. And I'm sorry that you can't get your story straight. I'm sorry that you are inadvertently ruining your family by doing this. You're dragging all sorts of attention to your family's name. My life's a friggin' open book. I couldn't care what you say about me. If it's true, I'll tell you. If it's false, I'll be like, no, not gonna bother me. But something's bothering you, Melissa. What is it? It's the fact that you don't like when someone pulls something up from your past. They don't exist. Report them. Attack them. Daddy, go after them. Husband, go after her. Shut her up. Call her this. Take down her channel. No, honey. Listen, lollipop. You don't have any power over anything but what comes out of your mouth. Now, I'm not the one that should be apologizing to you because I've done nothing. I've done nothing to you. So why should I say, oh, I'm sorry that this didn't happen for you? We all have our own path. One would think that, you know, you have a place to live, you have a car, you have a beautiful baby, God bless him. You have you have a husband that supports you. My husband, on the other hand, if he knew that I was up to something similar like this, he would be out the door. He would be out the door. We are not disingenuous people. We are not people that are greedy. We are not people that try to hurt other people. You keep calling me a bully. You don't have the right to call me a bully because you know that I'm not a bully. But it's easy to just label me bully because you don't like what I'm saying is the truth and putting it out there. So today, as you know, a little twist. A friend of yours wants to be anonymous and reached out to me and told me that you and former fling Kaya Jones, Willa Ford, I know her as Mandy Willa Ford. Back when I was seeing Nick at the time, I remember I would be hanging out with Nick and he would be playing his Final Fantasy. And I remember that Nick had these love letters that were like folded up, real cute. There were letters, and it was from Mandy, and her name was Mandy Williford. And this was in late 97. And this went on until like 98, last time I was alone with him and talked to him. And I remember reading these love letters from Willa Ford. She later became a singer for a brief amount of time. And this friend says that you also are teaming up with a girl named Rhonda Kuzvetsky. Is she Russian? Polish? I don't know. So apparently you're brewing something up, okay? Don't know what. As far as Kaya goes, I mean, for a girl to say that she was Nick's girlfriend for 2 years, but not one photo has ever surfaced of the two of them together, is a little conundrum. And the fact that she sang with the Pussycat Dolls, but Robin Anton says she's actually a reject. She was rejected. Fine, you sang with the Pussycat Dolls. Good for you, baby. It's fine. Okay. Kaya, Willa Ford. All right, so we got Kaya, who will do anything to be famous. Now I don't know if you watch Fox News, but I like to flip through the news. And during the Vegas shooting, where I'm from, there was a horrible shooting outside the Mandalay Bay. And one of my exes was outside, a former Marine, now cop in San Francisco, was outside and ended up saving 50 people that were laying down. He made them get up and run and counted 8 bodies. And Kaya decides that she's going to go on Fox News with her silly pink hair and talk about, this butt, whatever. So it seems like she wanted to get a little notoriety from the Vegas shooting. I don't know. Now, this is a girlfriend of 2 years from Nick Carter. Now, this is what's a little more insane about this Kaya. So let's just kind of put Kaya into the mix just a little bit. I'm going to let her go for a little bit. Because this is not about Kaya and it's not about Willa Ford. I'm not going after Kaya and I'm not going after Willa Ford. Kaya, the girlfriend of Nick Carter for 2 years. Now, one thing I know from dealing with Backstreet Boys is, even with my little trysts with Backstreet Boys, many fans had seen me and knew. I didn't even have to say anything, but they knew anyway. How did you slip under the radar of millions of Backstreet Boy fans all over the world? I have to know how you did this. That not one Backstreet Boy fan can ever say that, yeah, he dated her. So I'm thinking maybe her a couple of times throughout a 2-year period, but girlfriends of 2 years, Felicia now. Willa Ford, someone called me today and said, Marissa, go easy on Willa Ford. And I said, I don't have a problem with Willa Ford. Why would I? She said, Willa Ford's got a brand new life. She's got a business, she's got a family, a husband, and I really don't think that Willa Ford's gonna put her name out there to be mixed up with shit-stained Schuman, if you know what I mean. And I said, really? She goes, Marissa, she goes, you've been gone for 20 friggin' years from the fandom. I'm not a part of fandom. I'm not a fan of anybody. I like Morrissey, I like George Michael. I mean, you guys are crying over Backstreet Boys. At least your friggin' favorite singer didn't die. Okay? I'm not a part of any of that. I didn't know what was going on. So anyway, I don't know who Rhonda Kuriletsky is. Okay. So then the friend goes on to tell me, Melissa sent Tony Bass emails asking him to remember being asleep on the floor when she and Nick hooked up. Now, there's also someone out there that claims that they have emails of Melissa quoting, "When I banged Nick Carter." First of all, I can't say, and I'm from Vegas, I can't say that I know many girls that use the term banged. That's something usually guys say to other guys in the locker room, banged. So I don't know whatever came of that, but this person knows Melissa and decided to back it up with some evidence of what they knew about Melissa, whereabouts, this, that, and this, not. I knew most of that stuff already. It's fine. So this is the reason why I am so heavily drawn to his side too. And it's not even about like taking over or being the enemy or I'm not trying to be on the other side of Me Too. Okay, I am not pro-rape. I'm not someone that's gonna say, you know what, if you get raped, you should just shut up. You know what, if you know that, no, absolutely not. But if you don't get raped, don't lie and say that you were. And don't wait 15 years with no proof, no witnesses, blah, 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 blah. Zero case. All it is an embarrassment. So I feel like kind of a fool. I'm kind of an asshole because I'm the one that's keeping this girl's name out there. I'm the one that's keeping her a little famous. Maybe that's the reason why she won't block me on Twitter. Maybe she wants to see what I'm talking about. To who? Go ahead. I don't private anything. You can look through my pictures on Instagram and you can do whatever you want. You know what? Pull up into my driveway. Catch me outside. How about that? Well, I'll tell you what. I should tell everyone this. There's two things I want to say. Number one, about 2 weeks ago, I just got tired of all this. And I sent Melissa Schuman an inbox message saying, I'm just so tired of this. I don't like my behavior. I'm tired of yelling and being angry. I'm gonna delete my Twitter. I'm just completely over it. And it was down for about a week. And everybody started freaking out. Oh my God, what happened to her? And then I figured she was gonna go away. What'd she do the next day? Right after I sent that message, she starts posting an article from Life and Style that she sold to Life and Style. She probably got, I would say, because I know so much about a lot of things, I'm gonna say about $1 to $3 grand is the ballpark for a story that's already been sold. That's fine. I guess that's something to her. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. Now, something else. When all this shit had come out, I actually reached out to tabloids that I had dealt with, magazine reporters. I talked to a couple of them, and one of the first things that they said were, did he force himself on you? And I went, no. But back then, did he ever like make you feel like you needed to do something? Like, did you really do it on your own free will, or did he force you? Like, did he talk you into it? And I said, no, I was able and willing participant. Like, I had, no. If Nick Carter wants to play with my titties, he can play with my fucking titties. Like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Well, back then. It'd be a big deal now. Plus, they're a lot bigger than they were when Nick last looked at them. But anyway, aside from that, I mean, I gotta throw a little humor in there. Come on. So let's just say, for the sake of me talking to these disgusting, low-down pieces of shit reporters that said, we're still looking for victims of Nick. And I said, what? They were, well, this is the thing. We're kind of hoping that there'll be more to kind of add to the story, because the more witnesses, the better, the bigger the story is. And I was like, so you're basically looking to just kind of villainize him, not like that's it for him. And they're like, well, yeah, at this point, but can we keep in touch with you? And I got the same thing from another big, more reputable. Oh, the man that I spoke to today, if you Googled him, you'd see his shit all over the place. Respectable guy, British. And he's like, there's another girl out there. Guess who that girl was supposed to be? That girl was like the marathon girl. And we all know the shit show that the marathon girl was. Because if you read that police report, then you were just as like, as I was. So, Melissa Shitstain Schuman. My God, you just don't stop, do you? You like my videos. I think you're in love with me. Where would you be right now if it wasn't for me making videos about you? But you know what? It's really kind of not about Nick Carter, really. I mean, it kind of, and I'll say this to you, Melissa, and I'm not even speaking to anyone watching this. I'm speaking directly to Melissa Schuman, because I know she's watching, probably the first person that's going to click on this video. Between you and I, and everyone else watching, I remember Nick. I remember the look in his eyes. I remember his voice. And I know how I felt around him. I didn't get any sort of negative vibe or feel like I was being degraded or used. He didn't treat me any different than he would treat any other lady that he was with. Even if it was a couple of one-night stands. He was a consistently nice kid. And yes, you've said he's had problems. And yeah, he's talked a little bit about stuff that he had been through with his family. And you know what? I have not had an easy life. I'm sure your life was perfect with Daddy Schuman over there. But my life wasn't easy growing up, and neither was him. So why would you wait all these years when he's got all this stuff going for him and he seems to be really, really happy with his wife and having that beautiful little baby of his, that you think that now is your chance to shine and use Me Too as the way to do it? I'm not looking for a TV show. I'm not looking to do a movie. I'm not looking for a reality show. I'm not looking to be on a talk show by doing these fucking videos. I look like shit in half of the fucking videos. I don't give a fuck. I'm cursing like a fire. Who's gonna fucking wanna hire me? I don't give a fuck because I have nothing to lose. You, on the other hand, are saying that someone raped you. But me and these women in this little club, in this little group, have proven otherwise. Big time. Big time. We've proven it. There needs to be a line that needs to be drawn with you, Melissa. And I'm not your therapist. I can't figure you out. Sometimes I think that I can, but I can't. My biggest concern is your child. You are causing psychological damage to your child, and you don't even know it because you are so, it's all about you. It's not all about you. How about how Nick must feel, and his wife and his friends? How about Kevin and his wife? Brian and his wife and their kids? I bet you $1 million Kevin Richardson wants to wring Nick Carter's neck. But Nick didn't do anything. And I think that they all believe him. And I think that it all comes down to AJ probably saying, Nick, you done fucked up. You stuck your dick in the wrong fucking psycho, dude. Seriously, bro. That bitch is fucking whack. She's not even that fucking cute. What were you thinking, bro? I don't need this shit. I mean, that's my best AJ impression, I guess. You know? You're trying to hurt all of them. How's that fair? And then with these fans, a lot of these fans, they just want to go like this. Oh, we'll just let it go. We'll just let it go. And we'll just stick to our fandom. Our life on the back street. Everything's happy. They're coming out with a new single, Backstage Passes VIP. I love Kevin. Oh my God, I love his hair. Oh my God, I hate Lauren. What is up with girls hating Lauren Carter? I don't understand that. Is it just because she married Nick Carter? Someone was gonna marry Nick Carter. So no matter who it was, that girl was gonna be hated regardless. Only wife that I've met was Kevin's wife. I thought she was quite lovely. She goes, oh my God, I love your pants. And I go, thank you. And I remember I was wearing these black leather pants. And I remember Nick went upstairs, just like, fucking pants. And I was like, I can't take off my pants. They're too tight, I'll never get them back on. But she goes, I love those pants. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And I'm thinking, oh, she's cute. And later on, I found out that was Kevin's girlfriend at the time. And then he married her. So I've only met one of the wives. Definitely don't hate any of their wives. Why would you hate them? Oh my God, can you imagine being married to one of those freaking guys? Oof. All right, so there is a blog that everyone should see if they haven't, and it's fucking good. It's called The Nick Carter and Melissa Schuman Case, A Closer Look. An anonymous fan compiled everything that we had found put together, and it seems like the girl worked on this for weeks, and it is mighty impressive. I will put that link down there in the comment section. And she is actually very, very fair. Says it has been 3 months since Melissa Schuman, former Dream member, publicly accused Nick Carter of Backstreet Boys. Of course, there are those who believe Melissa without even looking further into the complete story. They will believe an alleged victim who comes forward no matter what. A lot has happened and been said. One thing remains clear. The two people involved have very different perceptions of what happened that evening. Melissa claiming it was non-consensual and Nick claiming it was consensual. His word against hers. Only place where some of the unusual things that were found were discussed was a fan blog posted on a Backstreet Boys fan site, What Happens on the Backstreet. But we will get into that information discussed here later on. Since then, there has been a continuation of information and inconsistencies in Melissa's story, but nowhere for all of it to be laid out. This is the purpose of this, since it's likely there will not be any media outlet with enough courage to defend someone who has been accused of sexual misconduct. That means I'm making these videos because the media will not put words into my mouth. I am not going to censor myself. I'm gonna drop an F-bomb if I feel like it. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna call you shit-stained Schuman because I feel like it. And I'm allowed. Because I have freedom of speech. And I'm an American for a brief amount of time. I'm about to move to London, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. What is important to remember is Melissa stated in her blog, and after her blog was posted, that it is her truth. Well, usually the truth doesn't contradict itself. So the girl that wrote this amazing blog, like, you really should check it out. What is gathered here is not from one person. This is from many people who have found this story unbelievable. Some of the things here have simply been posted on various different forums and other places, or from the group of people who contributed to writing this blog. Some are fans of Nick Carter, some are not. I mean, I don't hate Nick Carter. I mean, am I gonna run to their concert? No. Am I gonna be screaming like this? No. Let the record state, when the story first broke, like everyone, we all gave Melissa the benefit of the doubt. I'm there with you. I did too. I was very curious. But with something as serious as this allegation, with a personal accusation against another person, you need to look for evidence, reasonable doubt, and facts. Relying on the court of public opinion means that we are the courtroom. We are the ones that need to investigate. We are the ones who need to think. If we were on a jury, would we be able to say without a reasonable doubt that this man is guilty? Nowhere in a courtroom are people guilty until proven innocent. But it seems in light of this movement that's the case, and being born a female is enough to make you a reliable source. No questions asked. You can ruin a man's life with an accusation, and anyone who calls you out on lying are labeled as victim shaming. Now we'll discuss the inconsistencies and unusual parts to Melissa's allegations. We'll start off with the fact that Melissa states that this whole thing took place on an off day of shooting the film that they were both cast in. So Melissa, hold on a second, is raped, butt hurt. Okay. The girl goes to Nick's apartment. He wanted to hang out with some chicks. He had a friend there. They had a shot. Nick said, "Want to hear some music? Some new music in my office?" And she's like, "Okay." And she sits on his lap. "Oh, I'm sitting on a Backstreet Boys lap. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm like totally in. I'm like the lead singer of Dream, and I'm like totally sitting on Nick Carter's lap. Oh my God, is he going in for a kiss? Oh my God, oh my God. Oh, so they move into the bathroom, and they start kissing in the bathroom. So she says that he insisted and was like, "Oh my God." He was like pulling down my pants, going down on me. And I'm saying, "Oh my God, what are you doing? Like, I'm a virgin. I want to wait till marriage." Someone knocks on the bathroom door. They want to use it. So what do? They go to another bathroom. And they continue. Nick says, supposedly, "All right, give me some head. Make it good." And she's like, "Oh my God, I could never." But she does anyway, because he forced her to. I've never been forced to go down on someone, but I do have teeth and a jaw. So if I don't want to blow you, trust me, you're gonna know I don't want to blow you. But that's me. I don't know how she works. So then, that wasn't working out. He's like, "All right, let's go to the bedroom." "Oh, I'm a virgin. I'm waiting till I get married," she cried. And he's like, "Maybe I'll be your husband." And she's like, "Oh my God, I think he really wants something special with me. I'm Melissa Schuman of Dream, the lead singer. I'm the prettiest one. I'm the one with the most talent. I'm the one everyone really wants to see. All the other girls are ugly, and I'm like so pretty. It's obvious that I'm gonna have my own career. So it's like, oh my God, I should totally do this because like, oh my God, Nick totally is like, I think he wants to be with me and be like my boyfriend. Oh my God, that would help out Dream so much. This is what I'm thinking that she's thinking. I don't know what you're thinking, but I know what I'm thinking about what she's thinking. Oh my God. Oh, what is that inside me? She cried. Okay, darling. I don't know about you, but if my legs are open and I feel something foreign inside my vajayjay, I have a feeling I'm gonna know what it is. It might be either a hand or a penis. Oh my God, what is that inside me? She cried. What is that? And he goes, on me, baby. I believe he said that. I believe it because I can hear him saying something stupid like that. And I'm not going to tell you why, because it's none of your beeswax. Why? But I can see him saying that. So she says, "Oh, he was just too heavy for me to push off, so I just froze. I looked the other way. And then when it was over, I just fell asleep." Fell asleep? What, bitch? You mean you didn't? I don't know about you, but I was raised kind of in the hood. I'm Italian and Puerto Rican. You try and fucking stick your dick in me uninvited? Boom, bitch. You're getting your ass knocked the fuck out. Okay? Right. So, that didn't happen. She went to sleep. And when she awakened from her slumber, she looked over. And she didn't find a rose. She saw, yes she did, an empty side of the bed. Nick Carter was nowhere to be found. Nor did she look around his huge apartment. I've never been in his apartment, I don't know how big it is. But she wanted to get out of there. So her and her friend take off, get into the car, and the friend's like, oh my God, wasn't that like just so much fun? And she's like, I just want to get out of here. She says she told nobody in the blog and on TV. But she changed the story and said that she told her friend, and her friend said, we're going to my mother because she'll know what to do. And they said, you got to go to the police. Oh, but I'm a virgin and I don't want to go through a rape kit. That's how the story changes again. So, story keeps changing. Drives you fucking nuts. You just want to go like this. Stop. Like, just stop lying. We know that you're a damn liar. But it's not seeping into her brain that we know that she's a liar. Nothing's working, and she just won't shut the hell up. So, you know what? You can give my video a thumbs down. You can give me some negative hate, negative comments. I can take it. Call me names. Make fun of me. Call me a bitch. Call me a loser. Call me fat. Call me ugly. Call me old. Call me a whore. Call me, I don't know, what else can you call me? Scum. Her dad called me scum. She calls me bully. And her husband calls me troll. So, there's a lot more to be called. So, everybody get out your thesaurus and think of some names to call me. Because I assure you, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about her. So, in one ear, out the other. Just like from the window to the fucking wall. That's what I think. So, Melissa, Be careful what you tell your friends. Melissa, be careful with your emails. Melissa, you're not really good with covering your tracks. Melissa, you're not a very good liar. You keep getting caught. And, oh crap, I have to go to sushi in 10 minutes and I look a fright. So I have to end this here for my little darlings. I hope you enjoyed this video and you will get a better